Hi guys, it's Devil and welcome back to another video, and today we're doing Cole McGrath versus Alex Mercer. So let's go into Cole. By the way, this is my third time recording this entire thing. Cole McGrath is the original protagonist of the infamous series. He was a simple bike messenger before delivering a mysterious package called the Ray Spear that changed his life forever. After an explosion caused by the Ray Spear, the city believed that Cole was the one that triggered it and labelled him as a terrorist. He's stuck in a dying city controlled by gangs with his girlfriend Trish, who hates him because she thinks he was the cause of death of her sister. Zeke's Cole's best friend is also stuck in the city, and Cole basically becomes the saviour of the city. Now, he was given powers by the Ray Spear. Cole can... Now, speaking of those powers, let's go on. Cole can store and unleash he can release electricity in a variety of powerful ways. The electricity running through his body gives Cole enhanced strength, agility, speed, and reflexes, as well as a fast healing factor. Cole uses his powers to battle evil and the injustice throughout the city. Now let's go over some abilities and stats later on. He has absorption, acrobatics, enhanced condition, hypothermia. He has incredible mobility. He's incredibly agile. Even as a human, he had perfect balance, being able to balance on thin poles and telephone wires without losing any balance. I can't say the word that's in the script. Even while he's being attacked or the ground is falling underneath him. He can easily navigate through collapsing structures and incoming cars and debris. He can leap extremely long distances, such as the time he jumped from a sinking aircraft carrier back to land in a single jump. And he seemingly be able to reach helicopters in midair. He's very skilled in hand-to-hand combat. He has regeneration to focused. He is on par with people who can regenerate limbs. He can regenerate from gunshots, from automatic turrets to shotguns to magnums. He has small type resurrection. He's used a bunch of electric and ice powers. Now let's go over some feats or stats, equipment, and his weakness. We'll start with stats. Let's start with speed. He is massively hypersonic because he fought a person that could react to lightning after it was fired, and that same person can outpace point-blank grenade explosions, redirect RPGs with a centimeter of its target. Cole also regularly dodges automatic gunfire. Okay. Higher with his precision mode, he can slow down his perception of time to a crawl. Now, let's go to attack potency. Okay. He's at least large mountain level. He fought and severely damaged the beast, blasting his body apart several times despite even a nuclear missile being able to do nothing to the beast, and fought off him and Lucy his strike. Now let's on to his striking strength. At least city class, he overpowered Castler and sent him flying in a single blow. At most, he's mountain level. Now let's go on to durability. He's at least city level in durability. He tanked being at the epicenter of the Ray Spear explosion before his powers manifested, so he survived quickly and recovered from that point-blank detonation. He also did the same thing, but with a cruise missile, and at most he's mountain level in durability. He has extremely good stamina, and he is extremely smart. Now for equipment. He has a cell phone and an amp, which just basically helps him with his melee attacks. He has a makeshift stake as a vampire, with a barbed cross as a vampire as well. And now for his weaknesses, basically large quantities of water. If they hit his body will short circuit. But he does have some form of immunity to this because he was in a harbour for a long amount of time. He can also withstand neck deep water for about 30 seconds. Also, he can use the water to his advantage by conducting it with electricity. Now, on to Alex Mercer, not Cole McGrath. Alex Mercer is the protagonist of the first prototype video game. A man who wakes up in a morgue with a bizarre and horrifying powers. No knowledge of the events prior to the point aside from his name he was once the scientist. Confused and enraged and determined to recall his past, he sets off to hunt down all of his old colleagues to find the truth. In the truth, the creature acting as the protagonist is not Alex Mercer, but a black light virus which is released by the real Alex Mercer moments before he was shot, and the virus infected him and reanimated his corpse. Now let's go over feats, powers, abilities, weaknesses, same thing as Cole's. His attack penalty is small building level, or not feats, stats I guess. His attack penalty is small building level. He smashed through 2 wood steel doors. His speed is subsonic and has reaction speed he can outrun the fastest vehicles, including AH-64 Akape helicopters. He is small building level. He can fight off and harm a hunter, which was unaffected by landing on tanks hard enough to destroy them. He's durable at small building level because he did not appear to be damaged by an explosion that blew up an apartment. And he also survived the anti-tank weaponry. His stamina is literally limitless because he's never physically tired out in the games, and he's extremely intelligent because, he was a scientist. And his weaknesses, reminding him of his past, of his human life, will cause him to basically paralyze for a couple of seconds, going into a flashback. And finally, his abilities. Basically, his main ability is shape-shifting. He can shape-shift his body to claws and stuff, and he can redirect his body mass to any limb to make him a lot stronger. And he does not lose any speed by doing this, so it's a pretty overpowered power. He also has thermal vision, I'm pretty sure, and he can also turn into people and absorb powers onto the animation. That wasn't all of his abilities, but there were a lot of abilities, so yeah, onto the animation. So Cole wins, and it's a stomp. So basically, he trumps in everything but experience. So his abilities would not cancel each other out, but they wouldn't give an advantage to either of them. But stats, he absolutely stomps with like city level, mountain level and stuff. So yeah, on to the next time. Next time on Fictional War. Poe versus Iron Fist.